Hi, I'm Dan Schmitt. I do a motorcycle racing TV show, Team Chicago Challenge. My email is teamdan45@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from my audience. My website is teamchicago.tv, and it needs to be upgraded maybe this year. I'm going to work on it. So we're at the Peoria Motorcycle Club Racegrounds. I've raced here many, many times. I almost made the National one year. I raced the National maybe twice and didn't qualify the first time. The second time on Al Bloom's bike, I almost made the final. So that's all I can say, but I have won a couple races here over the years, and I always have a fondness, and I'm the guy that did the history of the Peoria Motorcycle Club. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what I can capture, how many races I can capture, and I'll try to do the best I can, but mainly I'm concentration on my racing, my bike, and helmet cam, they don't allow helmet cam, so I'm just gonna show you some footage from a race in the past from here, pretty good footage. And don't forget my email, teamdan45@gmail.com.
I just appreciate all you guys being here. I'm turning the meeting over to Doug.
Morning, everybody. Again, welcome to PT. Again, there's no insurance, just like anything in other District 17 race. This is also a state championship, so you'll have double points today. If for any reason you ever feel unsafe or don't like the facility for whatever reason, we lower the registration before we start practice. Get your money back after we start practice. Done deal. If we have anybody go down on the track today, please don't jump the fence, don't run out there. If you got a rider down, we'll find, let us know. We'll get you out to them as soon as we can after the paramedics or whoever needs to be out there. We're going to have 2 practices. There will be 4 laps each. Your heat laps, your 65s and 85s will be a 4-lap heat and a 6-lap main. Your amateurs will be a 6-lap heat and an 8-lap main.
That was the riders' meeting. Now let's get to the first heat race. This is a 250 class, jumping off the line. It is Larson getting the whole shot. Right with him is Leonard's. Both these bikes are number 65, but it's Larson up front, Leonard's running second, and we see Border Time on the Honda 217 running in 3rd place. Going on to pick up the win in the first heat race. It is Larson up front, Leonard second, Border Time 3rd, and Calder's running in 4th place. Second 250 heat race. Got a battle up front. We got Bickerton on the Yamaha and Reagan on the KTM battling for the lead. This time we got Bickerton on the Yamaha up front. Right there is Petrie on the KTM. They head for the famous Peoria jump. They're going on to pick up the win in this heat race. It looks like it is Rexton Reagan on the KTM, Bickerton second, Petrie running in 3rd place. Final event, 250 class. Jumping off line, it looks like Braxton Reagan on the KTM off the line. Right with him, it's Petrie running second. A battle for 3rd between Bickerton and Leonard. They hit the famous Peoria motorcycle jump. Down the front straightaway this time. Braxton Reagan stretching the lead. Petrie running second. Bickerton and Leonard battling for 3rd. Out of turn 2 to the jump. Down the front straightaway, stretching that lead, it is Braxton Reagan on the KTM. Petrie looked second, 3rd went to Bickerton, 4th went to Leonard, and 5th place went to Larson on the Honda, the 250. Final event. Next heat race number 1 for the veterans class. Now, vet class is the riders over 30. Jumping out front, looks like Fells, number 160 on that KTM. Right with him is Walton, but on the Honda. Coming by this time, it is Fells still up front. Walton's running second, making a move. It is Rowe, third place. Crichton is in fourth. This time by, it is Fells still up front on that KTM. Walters on the Honda running second. Rowe also on the Honda, number 73, running in third place. Second, that class going wide, really screwing up. That Stevenson on the outside as Ivy goes to the lead. Foreman's right there, number 59. Whiter is running in third place, number 88. Good battle up front for the lead. Vet class, number 2, it is Ivy, 202, and Foreman battling for the lead. It's Whiter running in third place. The battle continues for the lead. We got Ivy up front, number 202. Foreman is running second, number 59. Veterans class, final event. They line up, waiting for the green light, jumping off the line. It looks like Foreman, number 59, has grabbed the lead off the line. Right there, we have got Fells, Walters, Ivy, Whiter, as they hit the jump, heading into turn 3, 4, and 5. Down the front straightaway, looks like Foreman still got the lead. Right there, it is Fells on the KTM, Walters, Ivy. They head down the back chute over the jump. Great battle up front. Any one of these bikes could win. These are for riders over 30 years old. Up front now, looks like Fells is taking the lead. Foreman on the Yamaha second. Walters on the Honda running third. Ivy 202 on the Yamaha fourth. Whiter on the Yamaha running in fifth place. It is Jake Fells going on to pick up the win in the vet class. Foreman second, Walters third, Ivy fourth. Whiter is running in fifth place. And in 2002, I captured some great helmet cam from this race at the Arma National. So let's check out this footage and you'll get to see what the Peoria racetrack at the Racegrounds looks like.
Riders over 50. Watch the flag man. Get a pretty decent jump off the line. 2 riders ahead. Go a little too wide here into the loose stuff. 83 gets by me. It's Jim Alver from Michigan. He's on a Honda Twin. My Triumph, my 4 and 6. Ace Cycle World is running good. We've had it on the dyno. It's making 55 horsepower. You gotta catch these guys. I should be able to win this race. I won the championship 2 years ago. I finished second last year. But I head for the jump. These guys are not getting away from me. I'm gonna try that outside line again. See if I can get by. 83. In red, that may be Larry Weiss. Up front, right now, 95 is Alan Cano from New York. I get by Jim Alver, get on the brakes, downshift, get back on the gas, see if I can catch these guys. This is it, the Peoria Motorcycle Club Grounds TT track, one of the most famous racetracks in the country. Let me go on this outside line, see if I can get around these guys. 94, I don't have listed, it might be Larry Weiss. I get down the front straightaway, but they get more of a drive down low. Try to late brake into the first corner. A little bit on the outside. Don't get good enough traction. Stay on the gas, stay on the gas. Larry Weiss cuts down on the inside.
I go on the outside, make the jump, move up to second place. Can I chase down this leader? And try this outside line again. Get on the gas. He's getting a good drive. I get up in the loose stuff. Use some traction. White flag, 1 lap to go. Lock on the brakes, stay down low, get on the gas.
Well, it looks like I'm not going to run them down this time. I'm going to have to settle for second as I hit the jump one more time. This was the heat race. The engine didn't run as well in the final, but I had a great time at Peoria running with ARMA, American Historic Racing Motorcycles Association. Now we're looking at the 450 advanced class, jumping out front. Looks like Tidwell on that Husqvarna. They head to the jump. That Huff moving up. Schmitt's right there, coming by this time. It is Huff on the KTM, number 65, Schmitt on the Yamaha, Tidwell on the Husky, Brighter on the Honda, running fourth. 450 heat race. This time by, it's Huff on the KTM, 65P, Schmitt, Lighter. As we see Huff go wide, jumping up to the lead. It looks like Schmitt, number 13. Down the straightaway, white flag. It is Schmitt, Ryder, Walters is running in third place. It's the first heat race. Second heat race, 450 advanced class. Jumping off the line, looks like Ducker on the Honda. Cox is right there, number 94, also on a Honda. They head to the famous Peoria jump. This time down the straightaway. Ducker comes by, Cox, Fells, Groves running in fourth place. This time by, it is Ivy and the Yamaha 202. Fells moved up to one on the KTM 160. Ducker and Cox in the second heat race. I did not record the third advanced 450 heat race as we wait for the start of 450 final. Jumping off the line, looks like 202. That is Ivy. He's on that Yamaha, but right with him is that number 1N. The amateur national champ from last year, Walker Porter, is running in second place as they head into turn 3, 4, and 5. Coming down the front straightaway one more time. It is 202 Ivy still up front on the Yamaha. Right there is Walker Porter, national number 1. Trying to find a way by. I think he got it on the inside. Got a little more traction. They head to the jump. Into turn 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway this time. It is Walker Porter up front on the Husqvarna. 202 is Ivy on the Yamaha. 160 is Fells on the KTM. 22 is Grove with the KTM. Schmitt is running in 5th place, number 13. They come by one more time. The number 1N. He won the championship, national championship. That's why he's got the number 1N last year with the AMA. They go through turn 3, 4, and 5 down the front straightaway. One more time. It's Walker Porter on the Husqvarna, Ivy on the Yamaha, Fells on the KTM, Grove on the KTM, Schmitt on the Yamaha. Kay Walters is running in 6th place. This time by, it is still the number 1 bike. That is Walker Porter riding a Husqvarna, looking great, looking smooth, looking like the national champ that he is. Ivy 2nd, 3rd is Fells, Grove is 4th. White flag. Stretching his lead is Walker Porter one more time. Ivory second. Fells is third. Grove is fourth. Schmittdale is fifth, number 13. Catching the checkered flag, winning 450 Advance Group. This is at the Peoria Racegrounds, the famous Peoria National Championship track. The Peoria Motorcycle Club has got a deep history going back to the early 1930s. In 1935, they rented an area for a racetrack, and they put on their first race June 22nd, 23rd, 1935. It was a 100-mile TT race, and I have some of the footage of that race.
Earth. After much tedious and arduous labor, the date of completion was seen to be near at hand. In the meantime, suitable concession stands were being erected, a judge's stand was practically completed, and numerous other tasks were being well taken care of. So when the race day dawned bright and clear, everything was in readiness. At 1 p.m. on June 23rd, 1935, the flag was dropped on the first 100-mile Illinois State Championship TT race.
Up front, looks like Peg Kretz of Chicago, Bruce Walters of Peoria is running second. Bruce Underwood and Joe Root of Chicago. Bruce Underwood from Chillicothe, Illinois, are running third and fourth. On the charge, Bob Walters from Galesburg. But at the end of the 42nd lap, Kretz is out of the race with a broken valve spring. Was Bruce Walters leading the race. Bruce Underwood and Joe Root of Chicago are battling for second. Cletus McCallahan from Peoria has moved into fourth place as Underwood falls on the 70th lap. As we get down to the end of this 100-mile TT race, it's Bruce Walters on that Harley Davidson up front. Bob Walters has moved to second. Joe Root from Chicago is running third. Cletus McCallahan from Peoria is running fourth. And Max Cloville from Galesburg takes fifth place at this 100-mile District 19 championship race.
In 1937, the club acquired another piece of land closer to Highway 88 and the Mount Holly Airport to host their 100-mile race.
Plans were pushed for a new track, the intentions being to have something entirely different as far as TT tracks in this section of the country were concerned. Highlights of this track, with its 0.8 of a mile in length, can be summed up as a large dip, and I do mean large, a small dip, a few small jumps, a hairpin curve banked, a long sweeping turn, and a fast front straightaway.
Third annual state championship 100-mile TT race. Taking the early lead is Carl Mitchell. Bruce Walters second. Odessa Allen's running third. On the 22nd lap, Bruce Walters takes the lead. 51 riders took the start. On lap 67, Allen moves to the lead as he forges ahead. On lap 129, Bruce Walters takes over the lead again. Bob Walters from Galesburg has now moved up to third. Max Coville is running in fourth. With the checkered flag, it's Bruce Walters up front, Allen second, Bob Walters third, Coville fourth, Kid from Springfield fifth, Bill Underwood is sixth, and Bob Skinner seventh.
I am very fortunate to have this footage. And now we're going to look at the senior class. Heat race and final is Brian Hopper with the Kawasaki off the line. Heat race, senior class for riders over 40 years old. This time by Brian Hopper still up front, battle for second between Donnelly and Schweitzer. Got a Yamaha and a Honda battling for second as they hit the jump. Down the front straightaway, Hopper's still up front, making a move. Looks like Donnelly and Schweitzer still battling for second place. And then Hopper goes a little wide, taking advantage, moving down on the inside. It's Donnelly. And Donnelly goes on to beat Hopper to the line to win the heat race for the senior class. Senior final, jumping off the line. It is Schweitzer off the line. Mark Schweitzer on the Yamaha. Right with him is Donnelly on the Honda. And Hopper. This time by, it is still Mark Schweitzer up front. Battling for second. It is, wow, making a move to second. Looks like Donnelly has just got by Brian Hopper. Down the front straightaway one more time. It is Mark Schweitzer up front on the Yamaha. Second place is Donnelly. Third place is Brian Hopper on the Kawasaki. Going on to pick up the win is Mark Schweitzer, going on to win the senior class right here at the Peoria Motorcycle Racegrounds. Next up, the youth class, and I captured 2 heat races for the youth. Jumping up front, number 13, that's Nelson on the KTM. Right with him is Krininger, number 72. They hit the jump. It is Nelson on the KTM, number 13, going on to win the heat race. Krininger, number 72, finished second. Second heat race, it is Cash Carter up front, number 43 on the Husqvarna. Right there is Osborne, number 44, and he's on a KTM. And the final results for the youth class was Cash Carter up front, number 43 on the Husqvarna. Snelson on the KTM was second. Krininger was third on the Honda, and fourth went to Osborne on the KTM. Now we're watching the vintage class. It is Heat on the Rotex taking the early lead. Right with him is Charlie Roberts on that Voltaco Astro. As we see Jackson on that twin Honda running in 4th place. Down the front straightaway, making the move down on the inside. Looks like Charlie Roberts with that 250 Voltaco taking the lead. Heat is second. Brian Hopper now running 3rd place on the Kawasaki. To point out that Charlie Roberts was involved with organizing the Class of 79, a fundraising group that helps injured dirt track riders. Charlie's also was instrumental in putting together the Voltaco Astro Racing Series. In fact, last week or a couple of weeks ago at Galesburg, Charlie Roberts on that Voltaco Astro took 2nd place to Ronnie Jones. So the Voltaco Racing Series is going great. Charlie Roberts was one of the organizers. As we see, is beautiful. It's either a 250 or a 325 Voltaco Astro. A perfect bike made for flat track racing. Back in the 1970s, dominated most of the short tracks in the USA. Going on to pick up the win. It is Charlie Roberts on the Voltaco. Heat was second on the Rotex. Brian Hopper on the Kawasaki was third. And Jackson on the Honda finished in 4th place. And now we're looking at the Invitational Pro-Am class. These are people that have professional racing license, running 450s. Jumping up front, it looks like Montgomery on the Husqvarnas up front. Right there is Walker Porter, number 1N, running in 2nd place. He's also on a Husqvarna. Huff 65P is running in 3rd place on the KTM. Ducker on the KTM's running in 4th place. Down the front straightaway one more time. It is still Montgomery up front on the Husqvarna, trying to get by, trying to go line, trying to high line. It is Walker Porter. Huff running in 3rd, Ducker 4th, Cox is running 5th, Reagan 6th. Down the front straightaway one more time is still Montgomery up front. But in the end, Pro-Am class at Peoria Motorcycle Club Grounds, It was Walker Porter went on to pick up the win. Second place went to Montgomery on the Husqvarna. Third place went to Huff on the KTM. Ducker on the KTM was Ford, Cox, and Reagan, and that's how they finished in the Pro-Am class. And now we're looking at some of that footage from 1937, and I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to put this together for the Peoria Motorcycle Club. And this is 2 DVDs that I do have. They are available. It's 2.5 hours. Contact me, teamdan45@gmail.com, if you are interested in this footage. I was fortunate that they had a book that the club put together in the 1960s. Used that as my guideline, but this is some great racing footage, and it is available on DVD. You need to send me information if you are interested to my website, teamdan45@gmail.com. teamdan45@gmail.com. 2.5 hours on 2 DVDs, 1930 to 1950, 1951 to 1970. And for more information on the Peoria Motorcycle Club, it's PeoriaMotorcycleClub.com. On Facebook, it's Peoria Motorcycle Club. Check it out. Next year, they'll be running the National again. It's always a great time at the Peoria Racegrounds. To contact me, and I love to hear from my audience, it's teamdan45@gmail.com. Remember, you can always search on YouTube with Dan Schmitt Motorcycle Racing for great motorcycle racing action. Dan Schmitt Politics, to learn what makes America great. And I highly encourage you to visit the World of Motorcycle Museum. They're in Winnemac, Indiana, 4 miles south of North Judson on Indiana Highway 39. But give them a call first at 574-896-3172. It's a great trip and a great collection of motorcycles. And to pick up your copy of the Team Chicago History Package, go to Rich's Yamaha in Lockport, Illinois. But give them a call first at 815-838-8130. Their website is richesyamaha.com. Pick up your copy of the Team Chicago History Package. And if you want to learn about motorcycles, there's nothing like going to a swap meet. Here's a list of some of Walneck swap meets: Woodstock, Morris, Illinois, Shepherdsville, Kentucky, Princeton, Illinois. It's walneckswap.com.